Michael.
Good evening, afternoon to you. New background for this week. There's a lot of banter this week especially about poor Everton today.
On our WhatsApp group.
Yeah, on our WhatsApp group, he was getting
the
a little
Everton
bit.
tears have been spilling. Yeah,
and so I thought I'd put another background up. Unfortunately, I don't know how to resize it, but it does say "dirty, cheating bastards." Man City. So, I'm sort of in solidarity with you, Everton. I feel sorry for you, but I think you're going to be fine. But we have got some dirty, cheating bastards in Man City.
I was listening to something. It was a news thing today, and they were talking about Sheikh Mansour, and they were talking about Abu Dhabi and their special relationship with the UK. And I just think that there's absolutely no way this UK government, maybe the next one, Labour, might do something about it. I don't think the Tories will do anything about pushing hard on Man City. So they're going to get away with it. I think they'll get away with it.
I hope not. It's
only 114 charges. It's not many.
We only need 3 to stick. If Everton got 10 points, we only need 3, and there'd be 30. There'd be another Rangers. Off they go again. Way down the slide. That'd be good.
Down the slide. St Albans City v Man City on a Saturday afternoon. I love it. At least we're going to go and watch it. So, what are we going to talk about this week, Michael?
Not a lot, really. There isn't a lot. Like you said, there's European stuff coming up. Last weekend, obviously, Villa won. Mighty Villa beat Spurs. First half, I must say, Spurs should have been a good 3-0 up. Second half, Villa were better.
Yeah, I was reading a report in the Evening Standard, and the guy must be a Spurs fan because he was literally like, well, Spurs absolutely dominated. Son had 3 offside goals, but they only marginally offside. It's either offside or it's not. Yeah. They hit the post. They got 200 players missing through injury and suspension. I mean, it was like, mate, you lost. Get over it.
I mean, they did win the first half. They did win the first half. I'll give them that. They were very good. Then
they'll probably lose again this weekend, right? Which will be four losses on the bounce. That probably would be. But anyway, I mean,
Luton won.
Yeah, Luton won. Luton won. Burnley lost again. Yeah. Burnley have got some American footballer who's invested in them. He flew over, watched the game, flew back again. I'm not sure he'll be coming back. So this weekend, okay, so kickoff isn't until 3 p.m. on Saturday. There's about 3 or 4 games, actually, one of them being Arsenal v Wolves. Arsenal, top of the league, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah, they are top of the league. If you check, we like being top of the league when it doesn't matter.
Okay, Villa close. We are close, top of the league.
Villa fourth. Very close, only 2 points off.
I was trying to find a background saying we are nearly top of the league, but I couldn't find one.
Yeah, nearly top of the league. So on Saturday we have Arsenal Wolves 3 o'clock, Brentford Luton 3 o'clock, Burnley Sheffield United 3 o'clock, and then the 5:30 game is Forest v Everton. Oh, then there's an 8 o'clock game on Saturday night. Who the hell's going to stay in and watch that? Newcastle v Man United. So, and then the biggie on Sunday is the 4:30 kickoff is Man City Spurs. I think that's when Postecoglou
might have been a biggie a few years ago, but
fired, doesn't he? Then after
might
that
do.
game.
That's true. He could. There's a few games there though. Liverpool, Fulham
on Sunday. Chelsea, Brighton. Yeah, there's some
might you want Villa winning?
Yeah.
Might you want Villa getting another 3 points there against Bournemouth and going top? Not.
So you better lock your team by 1:30 on Saturday, otherwise you will be missing out.
He's obviously done that.
I've just got to talk about my team for a second because I want to call it an experiment where I am the only person not to have Haaland. I didn't have him last season, and guess what? I didn't win. And I haven't got him this season, and I seem to go further and further down the league each week. I'm now down to 53rd, which is unheard of. unheard of, with my genius fantasy football
Or
knowledge.
I prefer to think of those cheats that you've had for the last few years aren't working this year.
I think it's something like that.
Chairman.
So this weekend is the final weekend of the European Cup, round five, and anybody who is still hoping to qualify for the last 32, this is your last round, and you actually, I think, have already qualified. But you're playing Holly actually, and Holly has
Yeah.
a chance to qualify, but you're going to have to throw the game.
For those that don't know, that's my daughter.
That's his daughter, so he's going to throw the game. I'm going to ask Alex in our group if he would kindly throw the game because he's top, and I'm playing him, and I need him to make about -10 transfers, and yeah, because otherwise I am not qualifying for the 32.
Campbell.
So I'm having what's called a mare of a week of a season, really. But we could look at, if I share my screen, Michael, we could look at, what could we look at? We could look at a number of things. We could look at the Diamond Dogs. Oh, no, sorry, the long throw. So just as a quick reminder, there's a quick reminder to everybody. This is our experimental team. We picked this team before the season started with a view that we would not touch or tamper with it at all, not even making any substitutions, nothing. And we haven't, and we've left it as it is. It's not bottom of the league, which it should be, but actually had quite a good week because the average was 46 and we got 47. Very much thanks to Isaac coming back, who we picked as captain before the start of the season, and he hasn't let us down. We got Salah in there. We got some good players in there. So, there's a very good chance of us, staying not bottom, but we are 82nd. So if we actually look at the league, if we look at the league and go down to the very bottom, so we're down here. We're 603 points, and Kush actually keeps on coming up. I think credit to Kush. He's on 478 points. As you said something to me earlier, Michael, which I thought was very good, and maybe other people don't know this. If you go to the overall, you can see how people have done in any of the particular months. So November's quite an interesting month in that, if you can see my screen, I'll try and make it a little bit bigger. So Jack, who's top of our league at the moment by 19 points, actually came third in the month of November, outscored by Andy Bowater from down under New Zealand and David. And so it's interesting when you look at this versus people's normal positions in the league. So you look at Kush. Kush is in 18th place in the month of November.
Yeah, so he's getting it. He's getting it.
If he keeps this up, Kush is not going to win the wooden spoon. I've got a feeling that Kush is not going to win the wooden spoon.
And if he added 100 onto his score for missing the first 2 weeks, yeah, you'd see roughly where he'd be.
Yeah, he'd be, exactly. So anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Where are you, by the way? Sorry, I couldn't see your name. I still can't see your name.
Actually, I'm not so bad. I am only 50.
Second page.
I'm on the second page. Yeah. I'm now second page, man. I think I'm 55th.
Yeah.
In the month of November, and I'm 53rd overall. So
where am I in November?
I've had a bit of a mare. Where are you? I don't know.
I think you've got to go lower.
Oh, have I?
I think
you
so.
Lower? No.
So. Yeah, there. 71st. 71st.
Oh, wow. I don't feel so guilty then.
No, considering I was 6 at the beginning of the month.
Guilty. I don't feel so bad for myself, although I feel terribly bad for myself. But even the lovely Laura and the lovely Claire, they're not having they've had a very poor month of November.
Yeah, that's a bit of an odd one, isn't it?
Fascinating. I love it. But what's interesting, right? Not that he ever watches this, Campbell, but I am going to message him after this because he gives me such stick. But here he is in the month of November in last but one place for his November performance. And he's
Now,
got an
Simon
up arrow,
Huntley.
so he must have been last the week before. But poor old Simon Huntley, I think he's a viewer. He's a Man City fan, so he'll like your backdrop. Simon, come on, Simon. That is not good.
Well, in
Not good.
fairness,
And Fash Mandy, both Villa fans, and you
they're all
really
down the bottom.
absolute
But,
rubbish.
but if you go down to Simon Huntley, though, at the bottom, he's just getting
Yeah.
used to where Man City are going to be, aren't they? Once they get all the punishments, and he's just getting used to where they're going to be. So, yeah, in fairness to me, just getting used to it.
Yeah,
Down
no,
the bottom of the
good
second
man.
division.
Good man. So this weekend we have the European Cup. So, oh, and by the way, Jack was manager of the month for being top for the last 2 weeks. He has now got what's called the manager of the month curse, which, as you can see, has affected the ones that have gone before him. So Jack's future at the top is pretty much in doubt or jeopardy. If we go to, so we've got the final weeks coming up. So you've got Baz and Rob Percy. I reckon they're going to go through. I don't think they're playing one another. C versus F, no. So I think both of those will go through. Who we got over here? Any other big scores? We've got Frankie and Ryan. Frankie,
We're on a different screen now.
Ryan ZR. They're playing one another. So either Frankie or Ryan will go through in first place, but there's nobody.
You're chatting to yourself, by the way. We're looking at a different screen.
I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, we're looking at a different screen. We're still looking at the bottom of the November's list.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why is that? That's there.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what you're
What
talking
are you
about.
looking at now?
I thought you were nothing. A funny screen that's half cut off. Were you trying to show the European things or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't on the screen. Your screen's now frozen.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'll stop. Let me stop sharing. I'll screen share. I'll screen share again. I seem to have completely lost the plot today, but it's not unusual. Is that better?
That's it. You got it there.
Ah, okay. All right. So it looks like Baz and Rob Percy going through to the last 32. It looks like, well, it's either Frankie or Ryan to win that group because they're playing one another. There's nobody behind them, so they're both going through. Well, this is an interesting one because you've got Rishi, you've got Dan, and you've also got Gaz, all very clear. Oh, and actually Julian. So any two of those from 4 can actually qualify. And let's see. I mean, B is playing D. So yeah, so B with 11 is playing D with 10, and A versus E, and it's Rishi versus Julian. So anyone could go through in that group. That's quite an exciting group to follow, that one. This group, there's really only 2 going through, unless who's A playing? James is a good player. I don't know why he's doing so bad, but he's up against Juan, so I don't think he's going to go through. Who else we got? We got anybody else that's interesting down here?
Interesting person coming through the door, actually.
Group 6, an interesting person. That would be your lovely wife, right?
That would be my lovely wife. Hello, lovely
wife. Interesting.
Hello, lovely wife.
A busy day.
Busy day here. Busy day at Fantasy HQ.
Fantasy HQ. Come and say hello.
I would say, well, it's very small.
Well, yeah, you've got to push your face in. Push your face in.
Oh, no, you see all my
now down. Now down.
Close.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, you're on screen now. Oh, you're captured now forever.
Live in the podcast. There.
No, I know lots about football.
Excellent. Well, Michael doesn't.
No. Well, no. People know more than you.
Although I've got to
yeah.
I think the last time I paid any interest was Kenny Dalglish.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Keegan.
Oh, yeah. Michael's still got him in his fantasy team.
Yeah.
She's got her in a fantasy bed.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a family-friendly podcast. So none of that nonsense, Michael. Anyway, back to where we are, the European Cup. So Group 6. We've got 3 players here, of which only 2 will go through. Maybe one of them will get enough points to go through as the top third scorers. Because as we have 14 groups, the top first and second go through. That's 28. That leaves the 4 next best scores can go through. So, pretty much all 3 of these could go through. What have we got here? As long as B is not playing, B is playing D. So Clive is playing Derek to decide who wins the group. And yeah, I think that's pretty much got that.
A comedy duo, Clive and Derek. No, that's Clive and
yeah. Group 8 there's 5 of the 6 players could go through. It's only Johnny Laycock, another Man City fan, who actually has scored 0 in all 5
like
games.
Man City will have at the end of the season,
which takes some doing. Group 10 is wide open for a second place with either Ted, John, or young Robin, as we call him, because Robin Phillips goes to boot camp with me. So we have to distinguish between old Robin being me and young Robin being him.
Okay. Interesting.
Anyway, yeah, I know, fascinating. Group 11. Group 11, what we got here? We got our boot camp trainer, James T. And he's playing Harry, so I'm pretty much sure he's going to go through in first or second place, and George should qualify as well. F versus C versus Lance, yeah. And what have we got? 12. Where was my group? Oh, my group was back here, wasn't it? My group, oh yeah. As you can see, I've got 7 points. I'm not going through. So, unless I have a massive victory. Group 12. Di is pretty much nailed on. Di is second in the league, by the way. So, he's up there. Jeremy B is, I think he's pretty much nailed on to go through. And they're not playing one another, so that's easy. Then we're getting down to you soon, Michael, aren't we? I know you're the last.
Probably, but yeah, I hope. So
where are we here in Group 13? It's interesting. Patrick's only got 8, but Patrick's right up the top now in 5th place. But he might sneak in with who's he playing? Patrick is A. A is playing E. Yeah, if he gives Ed a whacking, he'll be through, but you never know. He's going to need bonus points there. So still lots to play for. And in this group, annoyingly, you are 14 points. So I pretty much think you're through in first place. Getting your hands, your grubby hands on that European Cup. If you win it, I'm buying a very tiny one. Okay. So I'm not buying a big giant one for you.
On my desk, I have my old one. That's the last one you put. Nice little man he is. Look at that self-portrait.
What does it say on it?
Yeah, I'm the FA Cup runner-up for 2022.
Nice. FA Cup runner-up. That's pretty good. So anyway, it looks like you're going to bounce right through. And
I was FA Cup.
Playing? But you're
playing another one as well. Where is it? I've got
that
as well. Oh, another cup. Just another cup. That was for TFF Cup 2015-16.
Oh, blimey. You're just a superstar. So you're playing Holly. You're playing your daughter.
Yeah.
And daughter's got 10 points. I think you need to throw it. Otherwise, if Steph comes in, C playing F, Steph or Laura could pip Holly, and it will be all your fault. Or her fault. Depends on how you want to look at it. Anyway, the email was sent out today to everybody. This was attached to it. So everybody's got all this information. You all know what you have to do. What I can do is wish you all good luck on that. So I'll stop.
And that was the European sponsored by R Sports.
Throw it, either.
It was. Yes. So is it even worth looking at our Diamond Dogs team for this weekend? Because
I
we've still
don't
got
think-
a load of European Cup games to go. The only thing we could look at it, because the only thing I would say, the
Did
only
you hear
thing
the
I
howling in the background
yes, we
there?
don't want any howling in the background. If I go to transfers, I'm going to share my screen in 1 second because I keep forgetting to do that. I've lost you completely now. Right, I'm back. I'm sure the professionals don't have these problems.
Isn't this what you do for a living?
No, I don't do. No, I do coding. I'm a coder. I'm an engineer. Well, no, I'm not actually. Anyway, so here is the Diamond Dog team. This is the team
Yeah,
that for everybody just to remind that Michael and I have together, and we make decisions each week. Not very good ones, but we do make decisions. We are decision makers. We have one transfer and $0 in the bank. So I'm not sure. We might need to wait until we get two transfers and move things around. But we have got the only thing I was thinking is, but then they are playing Spurs, so I'd keep Alvarez and obviously Haaland. I mean, our team's not bad. We got Bowen, who's a 50-50 chance of playing. And we got Neto, who's still a 50-50 chance of playing. But again, you know, we can get by without either of those for the moment.
Yeah, you can do 4-3-3.
Yeah, so if we go and pick our team for now, knowing that we might make a change between now and the weekend, depending on what happens in all the European games this week, because you've got City playing, you've got Man United playing, you've got Liverpool playing, you've got Arsenal playing, you've got who else? Newcastle playing, you've got Villa playing. So there's
every team's playing.
Not every team's playing, Michael.
But this weekend?
No, in the European Cup games this week. So you don't know about injuries or, you know, performance and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, we might as well keep Ario. Let me shrink this back down again. I made it too big, didn't I? If we keep Ariola in goal,
Palace or West Ham, who are worse?
They're both playing one another, so you know. I mean, you know, I'd pretty much leave it as it is, really.
So that means that if Bowman doesn't play, Mitchell will come on.
Yeah, unless you want Udogie to come on, but then they are playing away to City.
But if Palace spank West Ham, you're going to have two defenders. Sorry, if West Ham spank Palace, you'll have two defenders.
Yes, I know. I don't. Well, we can do a transfer, but maybe you and I should.
No, I would just swap. I would just swap the defend. I'd just swap Udogie and Mitchell on the bench, just so that if one of them comes on, you don't have two. You don't have two Palace players just in case. There you go.
All right, sweetheart. There you go.
There you go.
We'll keep Haaland as captain. I think he'll get 6 this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take minus points to put him in. I can't. Can I go another week without Haaland? This is just ridiculous. Because it's just. But I can't even when I've got 2 transfers. I can't actually get him in because I haven't got quite enough money. It's without losing.
So
I don't want to lose.
A question for you then: which is going to be longer, you getting Haaland or Spurs keeping their manager?
What you mean? I think me getting Haaland, because I'm trying so hard not to have him.
So you reckon Spurs are getting a new manager soon?
Do you know why? But I thought about it today. Psychologically, he's the difference between stopping Arsenal winning the league because he scores so many goals. So I can't, you know, to have him in my team and then to cheer him on, I just can't do it.
You can have him in your team, but you don't have to cheer him on.
Yeah, but I do. Then he goes and he scores, and I'm like, yeah. Oh no, I can't.
Well,
it's horrible. I know. I shouldn't be like that. And I used to have Harry Kane, but then again, Spurs were never going to win the league. But Harry Kane would always score.
This is just the old dog in you, just being a pain in the backside, not wanting to do the right thing for your team.
I know. Anyway, do you think we should wrap it up now, Michael?
Yeah. Do you know what to press?
I need to press the stop record button,
Well done.
which I've now found. So I'm going to do that now. So it's goodbye from me.
That's my best bit of the video that I watch at the end. You go, "Ooh." All right then, bye bye. We'll see you
Goodbye
next
from me.
week.
Bye for now.